Good morning. Welcome to Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Today we're going to go through some live mortgage rates and then we're going to do a deep dive into HELOANs. We'll get started here in just a moment. Just give us a minute to go live on all the different platforms. We appreciate everybody tuning in nice and early. Go ahead and drop a comment there in the chat as you tune in. We got the chat pulled up on the screen there for now, and we'll get into it here shortly. Okay. Well, it looks like we're live on all the different platforms, so we'll go ahead and get it started. We'll take the chat off the screen for now, but keep dropping comments there in the chat as you tune in. Drop any questions you have in the chat as well as we go through our deep dive here today. So welcome everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator, joined here by our president, Nick Hershey, and our sales manager, Jose Gonzalez. We are a lender specializing in non-QM loans. And what we do every morning on this show at 11 a.m. Eastern time is go through our live rates, and then we do a deep dive into a different loan topic. And today's topic is going to be HELOANs. So not HELOCs, we're talking about HELOANs. So Jose will do a deep dive into that for us shortly. But before we do that, we'll do what we do every morning, which is pull up the live rates. So Nick, if you're ready, let's go ahead and pull up the rates and see what they're looking like this morning.
All right. So before I do that, let me make my speech here. We will check out the rates for today. It is May 7th, just after 11 a.m. Eastern. So all of our standard programs have their first rates issued for today. We will compare the same exact quote across all the different programs. So we'll set up a $500,000 purchase, $400,000 loan amount. So that's an 80% loan to value, 20% down payment. We'll set up as a 760 credit score, 760 FICO, and 40% debt to income ratio for all our examples here, and compare across the programs. Also, when we go into the DSCR option, we're going to use a value of 1.5 for the DSCR. So with those basic settings, let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll check out all the different programs we have so we can compare them. So first up, the most common option that most people think of is the conventional option. So 30-year fixed conventional primary home is coming in today at 6.75 rate, APR 7.095, similar to yesterday. And if for any reason our customer doesn't qualify for conventional, usually the next option we want to compare is an FHA option. FHA allows more leniency on credit issues and credit events, as well as a much higher debt to income ratio we can go to. But as I mentioned, all of the demos here have the exact same setup, so we can compare the APRs exactly across the programs. So FHA today is coming in at 5.875 rate, final APR 6.853. So if our customer qualifies for both of these, they may want to check out FHA. It might be a touch cheaper in some examples. And this APR does include the upfront and yearly mortgage insurance that is required for FHA. So make sure that you consider that as well. Definitely a good option for our customers that need to use it. Now, if our customer qualifies for VA, that would be our active military and veterans there that have their certificate of eligibility. If they do, that is amazing. We have our 30-year fixed VA coming in at 6.124 rate, but notice the final APR 6.427. There isn't mortgage insurance and some other benefits that come with the VA. So you see the final APR here is the lowest. So definitely any of our vets out there that have their eligibility definitely want to take advantage of the VA program. It is the lowest APR option we have here. And the next standard option here, or government option, 30-year fixed USDA. This is only for properties that are in USDA eligible areas, typically rural areas. So if your property is that you're looking to purchase, no problem. Definitely recommend this program. You see the rates come in as low as 6% for properties that qualify. Final APR 6.746 with all of the extra fees that come in with USDA, which is actually a little better than FHA. So if you have a property in USDA area, USDA is typically the best option because it's a little cheaper, you see here, than FHA, as well as the conventional options. So if you do have that eligibility for USDA or VA, definitely recommend those options as they are some of the best. Now our next option that comes up, our favorite options here, as we are a lender that specializes in non-QM. So if our customer for any reason doesn't qualify for the standard agency or government programs, many other banks or lenders don't have options, but we have over 5,000 additional options, including our most popular here, 30-year fixed non-QM option using alt-doc for a primary home. Typically that means a bank statement We also have, full doc, 1099, all kinds of different options. Jose goes over those frequently. But notice here the rates for alt doc, the cheapest alt doc option we have today comes in at 7.125 rate, final APR 7.461. So notice it's within a half a point of conventional here, which is usually what we compare. So our customers that need to use those bank statements or alternative documentation, if they don't qualify for conventional, definitely a great option. It's within half a point. So our customers that are worried, definitely take advantage of these options. And now we move on to investment properties. So the first up on the investment options going to be our 30-year fixed non-QM alt doc. So same option here, usually bank statement option. Rates as low as 7.5%. Final APR 7.86 for an investment property. So that's a good one to start with. And we'll come down and compare that to our other options. We have our 30-year fixed conventional option. So remember the FHA, VA, USDA do not work for investments. We only have our agency option, our conventional investment. Coming in today at 7.5 rate, final APR 7.855. So notice the alt doc's almost identical, but I also recommend all of our customers out there for investment properties, check out our favorite program, the DSCR option. So 30-year fixed DSCR, no income, no employment, just using the estimated rents from the appraisal to determine a DSCR value, which I mentioned is 1.5 here for our demos. And this is the standard 3-year prepayment penalty option. So this option comes in at 7.125 rate today, APR of 7.471. So absolutely smoking conventional here for our investors that want to use the DSCR option with a 3-year prepay. And to get even better here, for our investors that want to hold property, we have some amazing options here for our DSCR with a 5-year prepay where the rates get even lower. Rates as low as 6.875. Final APR coming in at 7.201. Absolutely amazing. And if we scroll down here, we have our no prepayment penalty option, which obviously costs a little bit more. Usually recommend our investors take advantage of these benefits that come with a prepayment penalty. But if they don't want a prepayment penalty, no problem. We have an option here, rates as low as 7.75. Final APR comes in at 8.102. So the no prepay option is actually a little bit more than conventional. Definitely recommend our investors out there check out the 3-year and even the 5-year to save some money there. And the final two examples, these are going to be actually Jose's topics for today. So 30-year fixed second mortgage, also known as a HELOAN, which is our topic for today. For primary, the basic option here comes in at 8.75 as the lowest rate option. Final APR 9.16. Jose will show some different ways to structure this and some different options. And we have our 30-year fixed second mortgage for an investment property coming in at 9.875. Final APR 10.216. So these options are for our primary or investors that want to keep their first mortgage and get the cash out from the second lien. So that's going to be our topic for today. A lot of people think HELOC, but we'll have Jose explain the difference between a HELOC and a HELOAN, which is the more, less traditional, but more popular option these days, right? So that's what we just presented there in our live rates. We don't always go into detail. So Jose, let's talk in general about the differences here, and then let's check out your specific examples, please.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Daily Mortgage Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Before I forget, everyone that's out there, the LOs, borrowers, today's probably a good day to lock, right? I'm looking at the 10-year. It's down to 4.42%. So we've had some good downward movement in the last couple of days. So look to the Mortgage Calculator for your loans and let's lock some loans. So HELOANs, HELOCs, big difference. HELOC, home equity line of credit, is a fixed, it's an open-ended mortgage, variable rate, right? A HELOAN is a closed-end mortgage, fixed rate. Big difference there, basically in planning. And also the biggest difference between the two is going to be the ability to have alternative income documentation. With the HELOAN, we can go full doc, we can go P&L, bank statement, a lot of different options that we can do with the HELOAN that we cannot do with the HELOC. So let me go ahead and share the options with you today. that we have. I think I am frozen.
You're fine there, Jose.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, but my
We see your screen. All right.
okay, yeah, but it's not moving around on me. It's frozen here. So the first one I see is the HELOAN full doc primary, but
Yeah,
it's
we see your mouse. All right.
oh, it's scrolling down. Okay,
It's not scrolling, but I see your mouse.
Oh, okay, yes. Here we.
Now it's scrolling, but now you lost your background.
Oh yeah, right. So let's just. I don't know what's going on here, but let's go ahead without the background. We got some action. Okay, let me make this a little bit bigger. All right. So our first option, HELOC full doc primary, 90% is our maximum CLTV on this option and on every HELOAN option. Now, one thing I do want to remind everybody out there, BlendedRate.com is the best tool you can have to see if the HELOAN is the option for you. Because since a HELOAN is a fixed rate loan, we can compare the proportionate interest rate expense on the first, add the proportionate interest expense of the HELOAN, get our combined interest expense divided by our total loan, and that is our blended rate. BlendedRate.com will do it for you, but that's how it works. So here at 90% LTV, our lowest cost option is 11%. And our lowest rate option 9.875. Now, one thing I will want to state on the primary residence HELOANs, when you are structuring these loans, you have to be aware that there's a 3.5% maximum between the APOR and the APR on the loan. If the spread is more than 3.5%, you're going to have to restructure the loan, lower the interest rate, maybe lower the LTV to get a compliant rate, but just want to make everybody aware that is a requirement on these primary residence HELOANs. So our second option here is 85% CLTV for our bank statement primary cash out option. So we're looking at 11.25 is our lowest cost option, 10.125 lowest rate option for our primary residence HELOAN using bank statements. So next option, PNL, again, 85% LTV on this one. However, not many rate options here, 14.25. Lowest cost option, 14.125, lowest rate option. 1099, yeah, we're going all the way on all of these self-employed alt doc options. So again, 14.25 is our only rate option for the 1099 primary cash out using for HELOANs using 1099s. So now investment full doc cash out 80% CLTV. We're looking at 11% as our lowest cost option, 10.375 as our lowest rate option for our full doc investment cash outs. Bank statement, another very popular option. Bank statement, 80% CLTV cash out for our investment bank statement option. 11.75% is our lowest cost option. 10.625% is our lowest rate option. Profit and loss for investment. Now the LTV or CLTV does dip quite a bit when we go to profit and loss, a little bit more of an esoteric program. So 70% is our maximum CLTV on that, 13.875 lowest cost option, 13.375 lowest rate option. And you didn't think I was going to let you leave without seeing our DSCR HELOAN option, right? Yes, you heard me correct. We do have a DSCR option for the HELOAN. 70% CLTV is the maximum. And I did price this HELOAN with a 2-year prepayment penalty. And our lowest cost option, 13.875, and our lowest rate option 12.25%. So again, you saw the whole spectrum of products: full doc, bank statement, 1099, P&L, and our favorite DSCR. But remember, the P&L and DSCR investment options is maximum 70% CLTV, and I did price those with a 2-year prepayment penalty.
Okay, I don't see any questions here. No questions, but definitely, once again, an amazing tool, a lot of amazing tools there to be able to use as a loan officer or a borrower trying to accomplish your goals. So, no questions. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember, we do this 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday where we go through the live rates and then do a deep dive into different loan topics. We'll have a new loan topic for you tomorrow. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, for the next episode of Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.